Guys, in this video we have 4 lids today. This one, this one, this one, and this one. And we're gonna see if I can make it down from this jungle gym.
Today we're going from Miyagi down to Fukushima to grab 4 more lids on our trip. First stop is
Kakura. This is where our first lid of the day. We have 4 lids in store for us today.
Here you will find the Lapras and Latias lid. Similar to the Latios lid we found earlier in our trip, this lid is full of sparkles and has a yin and yang look to it. Pretty cool to have a legendary show up on our lids. The lid itself is at a Michino Eki, a little rest stop for cars, but nearby was a park that I wanted to check out, solely because it had a track and a jungle gym in it.
And we're in. Pretty old from the feels of it, not Mondo, but still nice in this area. And the field's pretty huge. Look at that, green field, awesome field actually. I'm gonna take a few laps on this, get some workout in before we get on with the trip.
So I went for a run, got some laps in, then moved on to the jungle gym of death.
We have right here a little rope pyramid. We're gonna do this one-handed. How do I put my leg here? It's like rock climbing. Oh, I can't do this. I need another hand. Oh God, it's not possible. Ow. I did it. Now I'm really at the top. Wow, not dangerous at all. Okay, so we're done with this playground. We're gonna head over to the next lid in Marumori, which has Lapras, Meowth, and Esper. All right, see you there. We're now in Marumori, and there's lots of little shops. It's so quaint. It's like a quaint little town, very small town. I don't actually know where the lid is. I can't imagine that it's this way. We found the lid over here in Marumori. As you can see down here, we have Lapras, we have Meowth, and we have Esper, which I love the face. The dumb look, just like the look is hilarious to me. It looks like there's a valley, a river in the middle, and sunflowers. So maybe this place is famous for sunflowers. In terms of the lid visually, I love, first of all, the character of Esper is like a 10 out of 10 for me. Lapras and Meowth are original Pokemon, so if you like the original 150, then you're probably gonna enjoy this lid. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I like it. Esper really jumps the value. Meowth looks like he's chilling. He's like, yeah. And Esper's just like, what am I doing here? So, the location here is pretty nice. Got a little bit of a fall feel behind me right there. And it's overgrown with like greenery, but it still looks pretty cool. This is our second lid of the day and our last lid in Miyagi because the next 2 lids are in Fukushima. So everybody say goodbye to Miyagi. It was nice. We got 21 total lids in Miyagi, which is a lot, but there's still 35 lids total. So I still have 14 more lids. So I have to come back to Miyagi. So I will be back. In the meantime, we're going down to Fukushima. We still got 2 more to get down there. So that's what's coming up next.
It's time for me to drive down to Kawamata to find our next lid, which has Silcoon and Cascoon on it. Sounds silky. The hard part about this next lid is that it is not along the highway. It is through the mountains. Very not direct. This trip probably should take an hour or so, but going through the mountains adds another hour. You should be glad that you don't have to go through that experience in real time. But once all the driving is done, you know I wanted to try to find some food. But before the food comes the lid. Always. A very pink lid at that. Really has a lot of cherry blossoms on it and the silk Pokemon all over it. I believe they are famous for silk in this town, so it makes complete sense why they have this lid here. Just felt strange to drive through a lot of mountains to get here. Very difficult lid to grab, but we did it.
We found the lid. There's a couple shops in this area. Mainly being, I think it's this shop, even though it looks run down, and maybe this one over here, that sells silk products. They're not open yet, but that's the reason for Silcoon and Cascoon on the lid here in Kawamata. It's a very difficult lid to get to, let's be honest. Would it be one I recommend going to? Unless you're going to the city inland, it's very difficult because it's away from all the other lids. With that being said, we found it. Of course, we have to get every lid, so that's our 3rd one down. We have 1 more to go. Last lid for this episode is in Kawauchi, and it's about an hour away, but we're gonna get lunch first, which is also about an hour away. So we will see you guys back on the road, and then we'll finally get to our 4th and final lid. guys, just got back. The drive, 1 hour drive, but we've made it to the Amazon. So it's time to eat some lunch. Lunch montage, here we go. Okay guys, so we just finished our meal here. Well, we're in the location of the next lid actually. It's about 4 minutes drive, so we're about to head off and find our fourth and final lid in this episode. So, how about we jettison out and walk on out. Bye! We are at our final location here in Kawauchi. In the lid, there's a river. You see the Family Mart over there in the distance. That's where the lid is. We'll get there in a second. But if you come over here, this is the river that's right next to, literally right next to Family Mart, river. Family Mart, river. Family Mart's a convenience store, if anyone didn't know that. Pretty scenic, pretty view. It's whole countryside. This is typical Japan countryside. If you've never been to Japan, you got little trucks here. You got rice fields in the distance. It looks like you have a running path along the river. So if I lived out here, I would be running along this every day. It'd be pretty cool. I know. You guys are all waiting for the lid. So without further ado, let me take you to the fourth and final lid of this episode. So if you ever come out to Kawauchi, all you have to do is go inside the Family Mart, so the convenience store over here, and you'll find the lid. Which, it's not inside the Family Mart, but it's funny that it's like literally right at the Family Mart. A strange location to say the least, but I'm pretty sure what's represented in it is the river. And if you take a look at the lid right here, you can see that's the river that I was just at. And you understand now exactly. We're done for the day. This lid, honestly, I think it's pretty cute and adorable. I like how Chanty's reaction is in playing in the river, and the river is a pretty nice color. So because of that, I'm gonna give it an 8. Let's give it a half. 8.5 out of 10. I really like this lid actually. Pretty nice looking. And while you're here, you can go into Family Mart. Yosh! And buy yourself some stuff. Me personally, I've been looking at this for a while, so I'm gonna get this. It's a t-shirt with the Japan name on it. And you can get snacks, wine, drinks, whatever at this convenience store. But this is all I'm gonna get for today. I'll meet you guys outside at the rice fields. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those 4 lids. If you guys want to see what's upcoming in the next episode, there's one lid that we're gonna have. It could be the shortest episode that we ever put together, but it's right here. That lid right there. And that's in the next episode. So if you want to see that, subscribe to the channel and we'll see you there.
The sunrise just been mine tonight.